I'm Stephanie Stockton, and I've been an instructor here at the Richfield Community Center for give or take 20 years. And I'm so happy to be here and hope that, seeing this video and seeing the surroundings here take you back to the times when we were able to meet here. And you know what? We'll be able to do that again someday. But for now, I'm so happy to be able to exercise and dance with you. So if you check the schedule, I've done a little half-hour class in tap and a half-hour class on jazz. So if you've never tapped or jazz, take the time to check it out. And we also have a class that I taught on family exercise. And so today we're going to do one on Pilates. Now don't get that scared. It's not going to be, we're going to do it everything nice and slow. I'll give it to you a little bit easy as a beginner and a little bit harder if you've done this before. And always remember that because you have a video, you can stop it and go back and relearn it, and maybe just do a couple of the reps the first couple times you work on this video, and then work yourself up to all the reps that we do. It's a process of learning. It's not something that you should say, oh, I can't do that, and give up. It's a process. It's a learning process. You're teaching your body new tricks to be strong and healthy and invigorated. And this is what Pilates does. It gives you that core strength. And you have to excuse my extra COVID-19 pounds. We've all probably working on that. But that'll change again too. So we're going to start out with just a little warm up. So first of all, just put your feet about shoulder width apart and breathe all the way up. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your lips. I always call that the sneaky snake breath. So breathe all the way up. Let's hear your sneaky snake. And one more time, inhale up and exhale out. Now in Pilates, having a nice flexible back is a real big plus. Joseph Pilates always said if your spine is stiff, you're old. And if your spine is nice and flexible, you're young, no matter the years. So we're going to start, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. This is called your cervical vertebra, your thoracic vertebra, and your lumbar vertebra. So we're going to start with your head with a little nod. Drop it down, and now think of each one of your thoracic vertebra tipping over, tipping over, tipping over, tipping over. Release your knees a little bit, drop it down, feel each one of your vertebrae pull apart. And go, if you can only go this far, that's okay. But when you get this far, take a breath and blow out the air and just release and all your muscles, and pretty soon you're going to find yourself going further and further and further all the way down. And now we're going to stack all those vertebrae right back up. Each block is going to stack right up on top of the next one. And of course, your head's going to be the last thing to come up. Now here's another little trick. Try to keep your pelvis all lined up so that you don't let that tip over first. We want to tip over each one of your vertebrae, just like you have a stack of blocks and you knock one off, the other one, the other one, the other one, all the way down. So try to keep your hips square here, drop your chin, and knock each block off. But don't lean forward, don't let your hips go forward until the very last part. And you're going to feel a big stretch through there. And exhale, blow out the air, because that helps relax your muscles. And now stack them back up. And we'll do that one more time. And the more you do this, day after day after day after day, the more flexible you're going to become. The younger your spine will be. So here, try to drop your head. And each one of those thoracic vertebrae, pull in on your belly button. Drop it down, blow out the air. Soft knees, and stack it back up. And we're going to use that same theory after a while when we're on the floor, and it's a little harder when you get on the floor. So just remember that you drop each vertebra one at a time. Now, just for your legs, we're going to push your bottom back and come all the way up, and push your bottom back and come all the way up. Some things to watch for is keeping your knees right over your ankles. Don't let them come all over your toes. Push your bottom back and come all the way up. And if you can't go that far, you go as far as you can go. There's a little one, and then you might be able to go a little bit further and up, but you practice whatever level you can. And as you go along, this is a very personal exercise, and then you can come all the way up. And the next one is to turn your toes out. You want them wide enough so that your knees go over your ankles when you come down. This time, instead of pushing your bottom out, you're going to keep your body nice and straight. Push your knees over your toes, point them over your toes, and come up. Imagine that you have a wall behind you, and you can't push your bottom back. Straight down, inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And gradually you want to work that up to about 10 repetitions. We just did 4, but we'll gradually, when you do it, you want to work yourself up till you can do at least 10. And put your feet back together. And now we're going to sit down onto your mat. Sitting up long and tall, and you're going to hear in this presentation lots about your sitting bones. So if you have your knees bent and you reach under your bottom, you're going to feel a protruding bone called the ischial tuberosity, or sitting bones. So sit up tall on those, and if you don't feel them, you're probably going to be sitting like this, and we don't want to sit like that. We want to sit up long and tall. As soon as you find those sitting bones, you're going to be up long and tall. So sitting up long and tall, pulling on your belly button. You want to think about your navel reaching to your spine and pulling up on the pelvic floor muscles. Remember, we talked about that soft back. So we're going to just roll back onto your tailbone a little bit and let your shoulders come forward. And come all the way back up, high up onto the sit bones. And push that spine out, drop your head. We call that a nod, and come all the way back up. And one more time, push it back. Feel the stretch from the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone. And come all the way up. And one more time, push it back. And come all the way up. And let your hands reach all the way around to your front. Come back and reach all the way to the other side. And come back and reach. And come back and reach. And come back. Now, we can do this holding on to your legs, or if you're more experienced, you can leave your hands out. Either way, hold on, push your tail back. We'll do it twice so you can feel that way you can help control it down. Remember, when we bent forward, we tucked each vertebra and made that back soft. Squeeze it all the way down with that nod. Feel each vertebra hit into the floor and come all the way down. Now, if you can, you lift all the way up with no hands, but otherwise grab hold of your leg. We say lengthen the back of your neck and nod, and now pull each vertebra up out of the floor and come all the way up. And now we'll do it with the leg, and reach all the way down. Feel each vertebra, push that back into your mat, and all the way down. And feel free to grab your leg, lengthen the back of your neck and nod. Now you push that foot forward, and that's going to help you pull yourself up. And gradually you let go of your hands so that you do that without hands. And all the way down. And let's go ahead and put your hands next to the side of your body. Pull your feet up underneath your knees. Now this is the important part of Pilates. You want to know where your pelvis is. This is the pelvis and your hip bones. So go ahead and take your fingers and find your hip bones. Put the palms of your hands on your hip bones and your fingertips down toward the pubic bone. And you want that to be level. So you could take your lemonade and set it right there. And if I didn't have that level, oh my gosh, the lemonade would fall. Or if you went too far, it would fall the other way. So you want this nice and level. Now check underneath your lumbar spine. You should have a little bit of a curve there. Everyone's spine is different, so make sure that Wherever this is level, this is your place. Take a breath in and feel your ribs float down to your hips and your navel sink to your spine. Now if we tip your tailbone up, you're going to feel the imprint. You're going to feel your whole back push into the floor. And now you rock that pelvis in the opposite direction. You have a big lumbar curve. And push your tailbone up. Feel that imprint. Feel your whole back on the floor. And one more time, tip it up to a big lumbar curve. Now you want to come back to neutral with your level pelvis. And that's where we want to work. This is where you want to be when you stand up. You want to keep that spine long when you're sitting. And with your hands next to your side, lift your right leg up and put it down without moving anything up here. Lift the left leg up and down. Let's go ahead and lift that right leg up one more time. This is called tabletop. Now try not to move anything here. And press your hands into the floor to help you. And your upper arms. And lift them both up. And we call this tabletop. Now take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, feel your shoulders fall toward the floor. So this is nice and quiet. And this is all in control. These are your transverse abdominis. It's like a girdle around your body. And it's going to hold you up. With both legs up, we're going to drop one leg down, but remember, we're not going to let anything else move. And bring it back up. And drop the other one down. And bring it back up. And drop the left leg down. And bring it up. And the right. And bring it up. Now, for those who can, you can continue with the left leg and the right leg. Or you can drop both of them down, which makes it much harder. And if you feel your spine come off the floor, don't go any further than that. You must keep this in the right same position. So here we go. We're going to go right foot and up and left leg and up, and breathe when you do that. Inhale and exhale and inhale. And for those who are ready, inhale and exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. And go ahead and pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a little stretch out. And you can rock. That feels really good with your eyes closed. Another good thing about Pilates, it's mindful. You must think of these muscles as you do this. And so you just put all the distractions and stress out of that you've been feeling before you started this practice, and enjoy your practice. With your hands still next to your side, we're going to work from your bottom. These are your gluteus maximus and hamstrings. And here comes that roll out that we did rolling down when we were standing up. Now you're going to lift that tailbone up, push that back into imprint, and push it up, and keep pushing your pelvis up. Push up. Now pull each vertebra up out of the floor until you're high up on your shoulder blades. And you have a line from your knee all the way down to your shoulder. And now we're going to push that back down. So feel that soften through your chest. Feel the vertebra push into your mat through the lumbar curve. Finally, you push that tailbone down and bring it all the way back up. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And let it come all the way down. Soften your spine and let it fall into, feel each vertebra as you let yourself down. And you start doing that a couple times, and you're going to feel that in your glutes and your hamstrings. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. Feel all the weight pushing into your toes and your heels. Push into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Lift it all the way up. And roll it all the way down. And one more time. It should look like a wave on the ocean. Tip your tailbone up. And come all the way up. Now, once you're up here, you're going to have to squeeze really hard because we're going to lift your left leg up and put it down. And lift your right leg up and put it down. And your left. Be sure you push your whole foot into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. and down, and lift, and down one more time, and lift, and down, and push your thoracics into the floor, through the lumbar, feel the back of your pelvis, and roll it down. And go ahead one more time, pull your knees into your chest, and have a little rest. Now, a staple of Pilates is called the Pilates 100. So we're going to, again, keep your feet right underneath your knees. Your hands are going to come over the top of your head. Now, we can do this in a couple different positions. This would be a beginner position. This would be a little bit harder, and this would be a little bit harder. So I'll do the middle one. I'll start in the beginner one, and I'll go to the intermediate one. So bring your hands over the top of your head. Inhale. Now we're going to say lengthen the back of your neck and now to lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. So now I'm going to count to 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let yourself all the way down. Now, if you felt stress in your neck, that's because you weren't concentrating enough on those strong intercostals and transverse abdominis. So think about really pulling your belly button in so that you're not lifting with your head, but you're lifting with these strong muscles right here. And that might take a little while for you to get to that point. So if you get to the, like 40 times and you just are too tired, your neck is too sore, let yourself down, take another breath and start over. And gradually you're going to work your strength up to where you can do that Pilates 100. So we're going to flip all the way over onto your front. And go ahead and let your hands just be out in front of you. Let your feet be about shoulder width apart. Pull back on your shoulders and take a nice breath and blow out the air. And one more time, inhale and exhale. And last time, inhale and exhale. And let yourself all the way down. We're going to work on strengthening your back. So feel your whole, this is called the prone position. Feel the sides of your pelvis into the floor. Feel your ribs into the floor. Stretch out your legs. And stretch out the top of your head, so it's like your top of your head's reaching to the other side of the room. And lift up one arm and down. Lift up the other arm and down. And one more time, lift and down and lift and down. Now squeeze your gluteus maximus really hard and lift up one leg and down and the other leg up and down and up and down, and up, and down. Now for your brain, lift up your right arm and your left leg, and down, and the opposite ones. Opposing arm and leg, and down, and lift, and down, and lift, and down. Now lift both arms up, lift, and down, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift both legs, lift, and down, lift, and down, lift, and down, and lift. Okay, here it comes. Both. Lift, and down, lift, and down, lift, and down, and lift, and hold it. And let's go paddling. Let's go on that boogie board. Paddle, 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 and let it all the way down. And one more time. Lift, and down, lift, and down, lift, and down, lift. Both of them. Up, and lift, and hold. Here and let yourself all the way down. Push up onto your hands and open your knees and push all the way back into child's pose or the rest pose. And while you're here, just take a breath and relax. Take a breath and blow out the air. And one more time. And blow out the air. And let's come all the way up. We're going to go ahead and put both knees on top of each other. Put one hand on your side. So we did our front, and we did our back, and now we want to do each side. You're going to put one leg out, one arm up, and push all the way up. Bring this hand behind your head. Now you're going to really feel this right here in your thigh and your leg. This is for your bottom and your thigh. And drop it down and lift it up. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now hold it here. Here comes little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let it all the way down. Come all the way to both knees. And let your hands come across and stretch through that side. Looking down at the floor. Feel that wonderful stretch through your whole side. And come all the way up. And let's try the other side. Resting on your hip and your hand. Making sure you're pulling down on the shoulder. Stretch that one out. Come up onto your knee. One hand up. And let your hand come to the back of your head. And lift it all the way up. And we're going to say inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Hold it there, and here comes those little ones. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's probably going to feel really tired, so go ahead and let it down and reach over the side. And breathe. And all the way up. And let's go ahead and cross your legs and take a nice breath and let the weight of your arms rest on your knees. Let your shoulders drop down, open your chest. And breathe. Let your arms come down next to your side and bring them all the way up. And circle. 2, 3, 4. Go the other way. 2, 3, 4. Push them down. 2, 3, 4. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And take one hand and reach over the top and look. And all the way up. Inhale and exhale. And up. And put one foot out, out, and in, and in. So the other leg is in the front this time. And bring them all the way up. And circle. 2, 3, 4. Go the other way. 2, 3, 4. Flip them over. 2, 3, 4. And the other way. 2, 3, 4. Take the other hand and reach over the top. And blow out the air. And come all the way up. Extend both legs. And see if you can find those sitting bones so that you're not rolling back into your tailbone. Sit tall, really tall. And take one hand and reach all the way down to your toes. And if you like, you can flex your foot. That gives a little stretch through the gastrocnemius and the soleus, your calf muscles. And all the way up, and reach all the way down to the other side. Now, if you take this breath and you totally relax your body as you blow out the air, you might find yourself falling a little bit closer to the leg. And up. And with your hands in front of you, take a little walk with your fingertips. Stay high on those sit bones and reach all the way out. And when you're as far as you can go, take a breath. We never force, we just let the air drop, flow out of your lips. Inhale again, and blow out the air. And come all the way up. Nice. Let's roll back over onto your front. Putting one elbow and the other elbow up. This is called a plank. This is one of the best exercises along with squats for total body exercise, strength, control, core. Pull up on your belly button. Feel your navel pull all the way up to your spine. Feel pulling up on the pelvic floor muscles. Pull your shoulders back. Feel your fingers into the floor. If this is too hard, drop your knee and hold it like that. And then switch to the other knee and hold that one. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And for those who are on both, inhale and let your body fall forward. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale. Come back to center. Turn your toes to the left and bring your hand up. Again, feel free to put one knee down and lift the other arm up. And we're going to drop your hip and lift it up, and your hip and lift it up, and your hip and lift it up, and let yourself down. You're going to turn to the other side. Again, feel free to drop that knee and down, lift it up, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. And before we come back, you're going to feel that in your obliques. And come all the way back, drop your knee, and push all the way back into child's pose. And breathe. And let's come all the way back up to a seated position. So you notice that in that short time, we covered laying on your stomach, laying on your back, laying on each side. So it's total body workout. So we're just going to go ahead and go back to the very beginning where we rolled ourselves all the way down to the mat. Pull your feet up underneath your knees. Let your arms come out to the side. And look in one direction and drop your knees to the other. Now, some people might only get this far. And if you can relax and blow out the air and let your muscles relax, you might find your knees all the way to the floor. But try not to let anything come up from the top half. Keep both shoulders, chest open. Let the collarbone fall open. Close your eyes and take a breath. And one more time, take a breath. Totally relaxing, let your body fall right into the mat. Now for those who have piriformis sciatica-like pain, it could be a tight piriformis, is right here in your gluteus maximus. Reach down and grab your knee and pull it up toward, like you're trying to put it underneath your arm so it crosses your body. And that's going to stretch that piriformis muscle. I call it the pain in the butt muscle. And you want to hold that for a good long 10 to 20 seconds. And go ahead and set that down. Bring your knees back to center. Turn your head and drop your knees in the opposite direction, however far you can go. They might be right here. Just hold that, where, you know, just relax your legs so that you're not trying to hold them there, but go. Feel your ribs float down so that you're not pushing your chest up. Both shoulders stay on the floor. You can hold it this way. You can take this arm that's on your knee side and grab your leg and pull it up toward your shoulder. And get that piriformis, and that feels so good. And let's come back to center. Extend your right leg and your left leg. Drop your knees right straight down and grab the bottom of your feet. We borrowed this one from yoga. This is called Child's Pose. And if you like, you can just rock your baby to sleep. Close your eyes. And let it all the way down. Grab behind one leg. Now push with that leg and pop yourself up. Push over onto your hands and your knees. And drop your chest down. Relax your spine. Let it fall right down. We call this cow. This is also yoga. Now find that soft back, that flexible spine. Find your tailbone, drop your tailbone, and then start pushing up through each one of the vertebrae. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Look down and push high up into your shoulder blades. And for cat. And go down again. Inhale. And exhale. Pay attention now. Be mindful. Push that tailbone down. Push all the way up through the lumbar. Up through the thoracic, and drop your head. Push back up into the balls of your feet, back towards down dog. Drop one knee in and push it back. And inhale and push it back. And inhale. Feel your navel reach right up to the ceiling and push it back. And inhale and push it back. Now inhale, pull back on your legs and walk and walk and walk. Bend your knees, and here comes the stack. Stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. Reach all the way up to the top and out. And take a breath in and blow out the air. And one more time, inhale up and exhale. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed Pilates. Come back and visit this video whenever you have time. It's about a half hour, and it gives you just peace, joy, strength, and a wonderful exercise. And I can hardly wait to see you back here at the Richfield Community Center. Have a wonderful day.